Flat Earth British, Martin Liedtke speaking. Flat thumbs, double flat thumbs, to infinity, thrice, forever and ever. That's a mighty long time. It's good to see you guys. I've come back for a midweek or a Naked Tuesday special. Now, obviously, I don't do a Naked Tuesday because that would be weird, wouldn't it? But knock yourselves out anyway, okay? On a Wednesday. Anyway, clickbait. So, yeah, Naked Tuesday, naked with the truth. Okay, so we're talking metaphorically here, Naked Tuesdays. But it is a day to choose whether you're going to go on with the rest of their bullshit or not. Okay, now, what we're going to talk about is quite a few things. I'm going to be putting some rather interesting thoughts into your brain tonight, guys, that you are going to think about quite a lot after I've put it there. And it is highly interesting. I'm going to start with that. We're going to think about a lot of stuff in this. We're going to think about, because I'm the master of disaster, and my subject is in fact cataclysm. My ears yesterday and my alarm bells started ringing and my spidey senses started tingling when I heard that the most active volcano in Europe, Mount Etna, which I've seen, she's a mighty big chunk. Okay, I got a piece of it. Has erupted. Now, I've been keeping an eye on La Palma for quite some time because in the fields that I'm in, master of disaster, I've been quite aware of the possibility for years now of La Palma landslip, which would cause a giant tsunami, etc. And I thought, oh, fuck me. If this thing blows, that's going to slip. And there'll be that apocalyptic tsunami, which has happened before on another time slip, if you like, of 1609 when a calendar shifted. New kings, new calendars, new everything at this specific time when this terrible tsunami happened. I've covered it a few times. It's the Welsh tsunami. It happened here, took out the south of Wales and England. They say they don't know the cause, but it came from the Atlantic. So I think it was the Canaries. Now, also, we're going to talk about Antarctica a bit, and more specifically, the southern Antarctica islands, which are all under British dominion, like the Falklands Islands, which they had a crazy fucking war over, by the way. A stupid war. We're going to have a think about, is there some more going on in that part of the world? And I'll show you some maps and some interesting ideas, suggestions. We're going to think about the new variation of epidemic going around. So if you heard this one, yeah, beware COVID. COVID. Everyone's going to get COVID. Don't worry too much. It only attacks your toe, your big toe. Swells up like a bastard. Throbs. So COVID's the next one to look out for. So we want to be very, very careful. He's had 3 jabs. He has the odd protein spike. That's my brother Hank the Wank. Very fucking annoying. You wouldn't even believe how annoying it is to have him around. Okay, but you know, family's family, whatever, isn't it? So yeah, we're going to think about that. We're going to think about parasites. Now, I've got a book that I shared in comments on yesterday from the 1600s, which is about a parasite in the left ventricle of the human heart. Well, I think it's some sort of like matrixy kind of technology, if you like, in the past. But there's been a lot of reports, and this book tells you of all the different encounters of people with seemingly, I'm not talking tapeworms, I'm talking some sort of parasite, worm, snake, whatever, living in parts of their anatomy. Later on. So loads in this. It's not going to be an unbelievably long vloggage. I'm going to give you now a few of you shouts. Vertic, my brother. I was going to send you a Skype only this morning, but then something happened. I had to go up my door. It was my son's birthday today. My son Lawrence Liedtke, Welsh Dragon Metals. Go and subscribe to him. Was 32 today, so I've got a 32-year-old son. Yeah, where did the years go? I do not know. I do know. I'm going to talk about it now. Are you well, Vertic? You're in my thoughts. You're in all our thoughts. Okay. How are you doing? I missed you. Strange time, so I do understand this. Liz, I seen a Mac Devlin posted earlier. Apparently, he's had man flu. Same as everybody had every fucking year forever before all of this bullshit went down. I am Heart Fairies. Dave, my man, from New Zealand, my New Zealand connection. Nice one, my brother. who's talking to India, Spell Areen, who is Scottish, Calla Red Pill, are you lovely? And Jerry Light, and Black Mirror, and goodies, goody, yum, yum. And do you have the goodies in America? Missed out greatly on a lot of good British television. Divided, we fall. Flat thumbs to my brother. Ugh. Joy, El Ferrio, good to see you. Oh, so excited. Well, do be excited. There's Melich. I say that really Welsh. Melich, Tom Shine, and Devora, and Teresa, who's Hippie Shake at Matters, my brother, Paul Tidy Wells. Good evening to you all. And Squizzle, who just made some unbelievably good wood carvings. And what an axe and a mushroom. He's very, very talented at doing woodcraft, which will come in very, very handy. So yeah, the subject of this vlog is going to be concerning apocalyptic times. Now, the world is in absolute chaos. I'm sure you can see. Most of humanity has already been sort of captured by evil entity, or an evil consciousness. I should say something that they've had put in them. If it's right in matrixy simulation ideas, there's two. Highly spooky. So that's happened. Okay, so it's millions and millions still no, and millions still left. So it's all about them, isn't it? Okay, the active participants in reality. Okay, the other ones made their choice, and I'm glad that all of this has happened. I really am, in a way, because you know it shows the wheat from the chaff. It shows you who's fucking worthy and who's not. You know, if they're willing to just bend over, stick this mouse up, just to keep their shitty lifestyles going, they don't even fucking like anyway. That says a lot for the individual. So fuck you. And it's like so many would just sell out for the. What's worse about it, guys, is they're selling all us lot out. So they're fucking all of us over. Yeah, it's not just their selfish decision; it's everybody. That's what they're thinking. Fuck everybody when they make these decisions. Now, so we think about what's left. Now, let me just put this in thought into your brain. Okay, now, time doesn't exist. The forward arrow of time and the concept or the portal of time is nothing more than that. It's a portal of time that grabs you. It's not a real thing or even a real concept. All we ever have is the now. Different nows. Nows. Nows in the past, nows in the future. We only ever have this now. The past, as I may have mentioned before, isn't there because it's gone. It was previous nows. The future are nows that we haven't got to just yet. On that thought, I think this. The Victorians, or the Tatarians, as we see them all in movies and films, they're there right now. Because time doesn't exist. They're there right now. And all times and all histories are there right now at this present moment in time. Not only that, they tricked us at birth into the illusion of reality. Okay, we get that, the Phoenician concept, and you know the whole paradigm of it's all absolutely every single bit of this and the spells and everything is fake. So we are basically, essentially, our mother and our father, a carbon copy, really, of our fathers or our mothers. And before them, our grandfathers and our grandfathers before them, seemingly, unless we're all clone babies from the incubators. Now, that would mean that all of our dead relatives, all the people that went before that we've lost, they're not dead. They're still there. They're still there in that moment, in that time. And all the times before are still there right now, guys, right now, because time doesn't exist. And your father and your mother and these people, the ancestors that went before you, are they you? Are we the same person? We're all existing at exactly the same time right now at this moment, guys. And I can fucking feel it, and I know it's true. Time doesn't exist. All history wakes up simultaneously. That's the biggest thing that is imaginable. Now, there are events happening worldwide. Apocalyptic weather, strangest sky phenomena. Now, I've studied books like Sacred Theory of Earth, Charles Fort's Book of the Damned, Homer's Iliad, Manuel Velosovsky's World's Collision. All of these books give you the same narrative that before the end times, there is active volcanicity. Once one start, they all start. And earthquakes. And these are all of the things that do cause a mud flood. And the effects on, the places in Sicily from Mount Etna now just are looking like mud flood. I'll show you some images a bit later. So apart from, we'll look at some images before we go. So these earthquakes haven't actually started yet, or tsunamis, but they're definitely putting it out there. Now, my friend Mel was telling me only yesterday that in World War II, apparently, one strategy apparently was to drop loads and loads of bombs on volcanoes like Etna in Sicily to try and get it active, to try and get it erupting. Now, if one goes off, the other goes off. It sort of suggests that they might have something to do with one another. Many people think these are ancient mining spoils, slag heaps, if you like massive compost heaps that get really hot over time. Now, obviously, it can't be both ways, that you can have tectonic movements on beds of lava and all of these seemingly continents floating around on rafts on top of lava. You can have that, the water mantle, and this ball spinning and supposed to have a thing like centrifugal force, which would make all of those continents all blob together. You can't have it both ways. So that the theory of that is just rubbish. There's no proof of that anyway. That's just another one like evolution with no proof whatsoever. Now, the maps have changed recently. These apocalyptic events have happened before. This is a cyclical stage show where they clear the stage by wiping it clean, getting rid of the old set and putting in the new. Now, have you all noticed the dodgy new society that's been put in place during all of this craziness? I'm talking all of it. I can't even, adverts come up, guys, and it's just like the spookiest stuff I've ever seen in my life. It's like all of these people, I can't even fucking look at them. And they're all weird and they all got that same frequency. What the fuck is going on? All of them. And the whole narrative, the place, they've changed the roads, these new buildings. They have not stopped building through the entire lockdown. Like that's a priority. Like when the whole world's, had this massive economic dent, from no one going to work for a year and it's cost all these trillions, etc. But hasn't stopped building an infrastructure for something in the future. But it's very temporary. And everything is like in line with camps. They must have spent about 20 grand on my local store at Lidl's this week, just putting on these really, really big fucking shutters. And they put on a really, really over elaborate freezer system while it was in lockdown. And I kept discussing like, well, they already got one. Why do they need to spare for the bodies? FEMA camped this shit up. And now these big, and I thought to myself, oh, they could really put a lot of people in your bodies. And nobody would be able to get out. This place is like a prison. And they're doing it like, what the fuck? Why? Now, events. We're going to talk about events. So much love to you all. 567 of you on a Tuesday. I hope you didn't get naked thinking it was Naked Tuesday. That would be weird. Don't do Naked Tuesdays. Knock yourself out, though. Okay? Don't be touching yourself while you're watching my videos, though. Anyway. Much love to you all. Have a good time. Enjoy yourself while you're here. We've got some giggles and some stuff to think about. I guess I'll just run away with my gob at some stage. Win, my friends. Good to see you. God's predestination. Back of the beast, indeed. Fuck that shit. Oi, from Flat Earth British subscriber channel. What you think, Lee? What you think? I know what you think. Skull Asylum, retro modern art. Good to see you. So I'm guessing you like my new green screen. I quite like it. Lancelot, good to see you back. Awesome. Roger Higgins, good to see you. Donna Schmive. Liege, Jay, and Lizzo. Click. It's a tradition. Cheryl, Roger, Harvey, Stephen, Roger. Godspeed destination. All right, then. I'll come back and give you all a bit of shouts in a minute. Now, I got some stuff that I want to show you in this vlog concerning church organs. Church organs. So, a book that I found. Now, I was thinking to myself, what kind of groovy music they're listening to in like 1700s? It's only Mozart and Beethoven and stuff in these churches to get this buzz on. Yeah. So I did a little bit of digging and I found this old book from like 1600s, which shows you the music they're listening to. It's all hymns and stuff, which suck. So I'm like, well, I can't be like buzzing them all out and having a fantastic time and all this sucky fucking music. So there must be more going on. So we're going to check that out and see what we think. Maybe they were just Mozarting it up, which I think they were doing, which would be absolutely fantastic, by the way, because Mozart rocks. Yeah, that's fucking punk rock. Well, not quite, but Rock Me Amadeus. Anyway, Frankie, good to see you, sweetness. And Jennykins, if I said higher, I'm not sure. Timothy, good to see you. Kelly. Brown eyes, brown clown eyes. Synchronicities indeed. Synchronicities, kicking the doors down. My dreams are absolutely fabulous, by the way. I'm having a fucking brilliant time at night. I want to fly. I mean, in real life, in the daytime. Yeah, no, that's my bedroom window. But it's not. It's just a green screen that looks like my bedroom window. Identical. Yeah, I know. Okay. Good to see you as well, Asia. Thank you very much. Oh, Sherry's in the house as well. Sherry. Just me, Tracy. Hi, Trace. Alan. Megan will. Megan. Oh, yeah. Hey, Megan. And that's Welsh name. Hippie Shake, Freeborn, and Jacob. Okay, we're getting stuck in now. I'm going to think about volcano age. Okay, now I'm sure a lot of you have been following La Palma. There's some groovy live feeds at night, and basically it's really beautiful. But it's surprising how loud these things are. They're like deafening. It's exploding and shit. And it always beats me. Like, with the Bay of Naples, for example, you got Vesuvius. Is like, I don't know, 3.5 million people living in Bay of Naples, and it's the same for like Sicily, isn't it? You got Palermo, Catalina. They've got Syracuse. All these cities would just be fucking eradicated if this island blew, which you very well could do, because that's like the biggest volcano in Europe, or the most active. So yeah. So I'll have a look anyway. So, Kate, good to see you. Yeah, it's epic green screen. I'm glad you approve. Anyway, 600 you're watching. Please make sure to share this out. Subscribe to all Flat Earth British channels, because this is where the juiceage is at. Everybody knows it. Okay. And like if you do. Okay. If I make you giggle or I give you a warm, fuzzy feeling in your belly at any stage. Okay. Like this video. There you are. Happy time. Happy vibes. I met you, love. Flat Earth British. Fucking rocks. Now, so yeah, we got this one here. Now, this video came up and it shows you that there's 27 erupting volcanoes at the moment, or as I guess a week ago now, there could be more. 14 are ready to erupt at any time. So that's pretty piss poor. So, whether or not the ring of fire could actually go up is another question. But there's been some really apocalyptic weather events as well. So let's check out some of these. So many schools have thought what's really going on with these active events, etc. But they're only talking about surface volcanoes, and a lot of people are actually aware that the majority of volcanoes are actually below sea level, or below the sea. So what's happening down there? These things could just go and give us a beautiful eruption. So let's have a look. Now, you all see what happened when Mount St. Helens went up. It literally took out the side of the mountain. So there you are. There's a few there. There's one in Russia there, Indonesia, Nicaragua. Wow, look at the size of these. Mexico, Ecuador, Peru, Guatemala, Indonesia, Alaska's got one going up. All at the same time, at the same moment. Pretty apocalyptic, eh? So I have been saying for quite some time that I think that it's all a distraction, COVID. Now, just put things into perspective a minute, shall we, guys? 2 years ago, okay, after the truthers bust their ass in a big way. Oh, Erebus is on there. She's active. They had the biggest sort of event in imaginable history, bigger than any wars. Really, they didn't lock everybody down in the world in World War I or II. So they locked everyone down, did unprecedented weird shit, and they're still doing unprecedented weird shit, like fucking getting little beagles eaten alive. Strangeness. This is the reality we're living in now, apparently. Oh, Reykjavik. Oh, there's one. I was wondering if Iceland had one going up. Yeah, so it's an infinitely strange place. Sorry, I just lost my school of thought. Oh, I was reading them at the same time. Did not do two things at the same time. So yeah, lots and lots of activity worldwide. Sumatra. The Britain Islands, Papua New Guinea. Oh, I didn't know about them. So yeah, so there's weather going off all over the place as well. I think it shows you a few little nasty earthquakes here, some landslips, some weather channels like this is, and active events. So let's just have a look at this one in La Palma. It's pretty freaky. This is the one I just got on my thumbnail. It's showing you a bit of Tatarian buildings, but look at this in Etna. So yeah, I've been to Sicily a few times, and this thing is just absolutely massive, and there it is. So that blows its top. Everyone's going to know about it, and no WB earthquakes as well. I'm guessing the whole place tremors. These things are infinitely loud. Oh, they got music on there. So yeah. And La Palma as well, as we know. Oh, there I am live on Celtic Tatarian channel. 63 of you watching. Let's have a quick look at that. Just for a giggle and see who's there. Oh, much love, Shannon, Nick, Retro, Karen, Nick. All right then, excellent. So yeah, we got the La Palma one as well. That's always live most of the time. Not much going on in there at the moment, but you've all seen these long rivers of lava going down to the sea. The other side of the island is where that landslip that they've been talking about for years and years and years is meant to happen, which is this one here. Now, what they're saying, they've been talking about this for God, as far as I can remember, guys, is this landslip happens off the side of La Palma. Then in 1 hour it would be this big, and then you would have this, and then a secondary wave. It would take out, east coast of America, Brazil. It would be bigger than the one in Thailand, Bandahachi one, Boxing Day tsunami, bigger than that. And landing and coming up here to Britain and smashing into Wales. There's different projections for how bad, but this is it here. And if that slides in, it's going to cause a massive, massive waveage. But not only there, I guess it could happen in Sicily too. This happened in Crete, the Santorini explosion, which they've attributed to causing the biblical plagues. But I think, I've seen evidence that the Santorini explosion never happened thousands of years ago, but in the Middle Era. So La Palma landslides. Now La Palma's on fire. It's not a massive island, but it could cause this bit here falls in a mega tsunami. So could that happen? Well, the thing is exploding, rattling. Who knows if it could erupt? It's getting livelier by the day. The island just looks like, it's just crazy, isn't it? The size of these lavas. And trigger a tsunami with the backlash all the way back to Britain. Okay. Now it's happened before. Here, I've posted twice. It's on my previous channel, the Tatarian channel, about the South Wales tsunami. Now, they say they don't know the cause, but what they can say is it came up from the west of the Atlantic into South Wales, over 7 meters high. It killed thousands and took a generation to heal. Yeah. Is it 1607 or is it 1609? Because the calendar changed that very year. Okay. And this is what it looks like. There are churches now you can visit, and they are supposed to be survivors of it. And as you can see here, it says 1606, and there it says 1609. There's 2 dates for the same event, guys, because there was a calendar shift, because it was an apocalypse. Yeah, this was a giant tsunami. It took out 2 churches. It took out most buildings in Cardiff, but one famous church called St Mary's. There's a plaque there to commemorate St Mary's Church was taken out through a tsunami. Now, I think this is underprojected from what I've learned about the Welsh tsunami. So yeah, it's happened before 1609. They had a calendar change. There was other changes as well, and took a generation, and thousands upon thousands of people were killed in the 7th tsunami because of what I think is it's the only thing I can think of that would cause that is the Canaries. And why are they called the Canaries anyway? Let's think about it. There used to be the island the Fortunate Islands, and then they got changed to Canaries. We take a canary into a coal mine, don't you, in case it's the first defense against death. Yeah. So what caused the Bristol Channel tsunami? Continental shift between islands and Cornwall. So that's just the same active fault system, but that's just throwing it out there, isn't it? Yeah. 1607 hit Burnham-on-Sea, took it out there. What happened to Cardiff? This is the city I live in. The flood occurred in the morning of 30th of January 1607, or 1606 or 1609, depending on which time scale you're in. Contemporary accounts state that the weather was fair and bright spread, and that the mighty hills of water sped across the coastline plains surrounding the Severn Estuary, causing death and destruction of the inhabitants, which, alongside other evidence, but it was pretty apocalyptic from when you read into it. So yeah, I think it's happened before. Yeah, I think it was a total wipeout. They shifted the calendar. There was there was other stuff happened all at the same time here, between 1606 and 1609. And the calendar change. I think it's safe to presume they had a giant tsunami, calendar shift time, total mess. So I would attribute that to the tsunamis that are happening. So what do they do to think about surviving an apocalyptic event? For my money, guys, I think a lot of these black op projects and all the money that they just rip off the taxes just go into underground bunkers. They're going to look after themselves. I think that a lot of them go north. But I do think that and as I'm going to talk about in this post, a lot of them go south. Okay, and I'll show you why I think this now. Now, they want everyone in the world to think that the seed bank for Doomsday is at Svalbard seed bank. Now, it really, really does bug me, okay, how they managed to build this giant installation in the side of this mountain with no sign or roads or anything leading up to it. It's just there. It's just the craziest thing. How did they get all the materials? Did they airdrop it all in? What exactly is going on? But they did it. But we can't actually go there and verify it, but there's enough film that this shit's there. Now, they're all hermetically sealed pips and seeds for when an apocalypse happens. Apparently, Svalbard's going to be smashing. But the Norwegians are going to have the seeds. But if you read into this, it's like different countries have designated their seed stash. So India's got a little seed stash, which the Pakistanis can't have none of. So they got political seed stashes, by all accounts. Like, oh, that's going to matter in the apocalypse. But is this the real one, or have they got more spread out? But the thing is you are definitely going to need seed stocks after any events, because they're going to be the prime directive, because without food, everyone gets really weird and starts acting strange. And then eventually, the evil people go cannibalistic. And it's been proven over and over again in all these documents and in history. This is what is going on. Okay, so it's inside the Arctic Circle. It's about as far north as they say you can get. There are further islands a little bit north, but they say it's Svalbard archipelago. Okay, here's a furthest place north, and a lot of stopping off point for a lot of these northern voyages. Okay, and it's been dubbed the Doomsday Vault for what they say is a global catastrophe. Okay, and they have the genius of all. Look at the size of it, though. It's 150 meters deep inside a mountain. That's the entrance you just seen. And they're just saying it's this big for all the seeds in the world. 3 vault rooms. How do they build this shit? And I bet they got stacks and stacks. And listen, I bet you they've got like proper bunkers like you see in the movies with these arcs and stuff. I bet they got all of that. Yeah. For the elites, it's probably $1 billion a ticket to get in there. Everyone else, fuck it. But I don't think it'll work anyway. I don't think it'll work. So yeah, they've got seed banks. I think that might be a little bit of a psyop because we can't really verify this, and it could be that they're elsewhere. But that's a definite. In a time of apocalypse, if you don't have seeds, you ain't eating after all the water's gone. Okay, because that's going to be prime directive is food. Now, moving on from there. Doggerland Mystical, very interesting. I think that was flooded in more recent days. The North Sea is a very shallow sea indeed. In fact, the middle, you got to navigate your way through Dogger Bank. It's just sand flats. You could literally jump off a ship and walk on them in the middle of the North Sea, guys. It's like land. It's just the craziest thing. So you have to basically be careful going across the North Sea. Anyway, moving on. Sound and vibration. Now, we've been thinking about Tecnasmia for some time now, guys, and technology of church windows and somatic windows and the organs inside and the orchestras and all of this resonance flowing through, even if the window was there or not at the time, for Tecnasmia, for the benefit of all. Okay, now you can see the frequency of piano notes here. Not that I'm musically inclined, but A2, and they are beautiful geometry. You know, you could see this stuff, and it is just beautiful. So this is the musical notes, excuse me, that designate church music. Now let me just show you a couple of images of church windowage. Organ, excuse me. Now you get the most massive organs. You know, some of them are just blow your mind. Harpsichords as well you can have. They were, first. I think that when they came in, found all of these, which look exactly like fachets, by the way. There's bundles of rods put together. I don't think they knew what they were. And then they just think, wow, just put an organ in underneath and then, just put it into the size and the scale of this little person compared to this. Can you imagine what they would have been at full belt? Wow. It's just, you can feel it all through your body, though. It's just like, the acoustics are just fantastic. And they, even with the, you can see with the ceiling, there's some thought to acoustic technology, in the ceiling. So, yeah, you can get some fantastic examples. Look at this one. In the Grand Organ in Sydney's Town Hall. So, with the Vanderbilt's mansion as well, they had a giant organ. And you see a lot of examples of organs in these massive Tatarian houses, like the Winchester House example. And they have portals as well. These things here, you can see where the sound would go outside of these clear portals here into and the windows, on top of the windows too, to let the sound out. Just like speakers, but a little bit more than that. Look at this one. Look at all Phoenician cutting, carving in there, looking statues. I bet that smells. Wow. Look at the size of that. How do they build these things? The effort. Just what? Again, look at the size of this one, guys. Can you imagine the belt off of that? So there's Amadeus. People at work, the rock star. Brought me Amadeus. He's doing a bit of synthesizer there. He's doing a bit of Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Fanfare for the Common Man. Is what he's doing. That's not related, but it's a picture of what they think a futuristic New York would look like. I'm thinking it's the one of the past. Anyway, back to organs. So we're Tecnasmia. Now, thousands of examples on Flat Earth British of these crazy, beautiful organs. Look at them. Some of them facing outwards as well, splaying out like orgonite technology, like orgonite pipes. You see them spraying out. So I don't think they're to their full potential now as what they were. I think, like everything, they just get reinvented after they find these things in the church machines. Put all this weird death cult stuff on it. Look at all this. It's the stuff of bad dreams, isn't it? It's like if you was to vomit a dream, it would look like that. It's like, oh, I just been a bit sick in my dream. Like that, you know? That's some twisted, weird shit right there. Look at that. That's not your nightmares. So yeah, they're not very nice, the Phoenicians, but we dig that. And used Tecnasmia in the past out of a Kirster, an idea of what their unbelievable keyboards with all of the doodads for whatever. And it looks very Beatles as well, considering the era. So organs. Look at the way they splay out there. Wow. So yeah, I went to Hereford Cathedral once, and apparently that's the most expensive organ, and it's been there just a few years. It was bought for them recently. Look at the size of that there, that church organ. Wow. It was really, really loud, but you know, my voice went over it. So it wasn't that loud. And my friend, myself and my friend Mel went to Landa Cathedral, and we couldn't get in there, but there was a guy going like strange horror film music on the keyboards on his own, because he's like getting Tecnasmia to himself and getting his rocks off. Look at this, they got pyramids, look like organite underneath it. Here, can you see that? Yeah. Well, they might be marble. Well, that's interesting. So yeah, organs. Okay, you get the point. They're fantastic. I've got thousands of examples, and I'll show you in front of the Tecnasmia windows because they're beautiful. Look at that. The rose glass. But I think, you know, the glass could have partly been part of the technology, thinking of, you know, mercury and lead crystal content, rose glass. I feel that it would have, I don't know, augmented it maybe in some way, I feel. But how beautiful anyway. Beautiful, as you can see. Jesuits. Look at that one. This is the dawning. Shut up already. Okay. Check it out. Tecnasmia, Tecnasmia. Oh, that's a good one. Big like aircraft engine just to boom that out. So what music are they listening to? Oh, it's bollocks. We'll have a listen to, well, actually the Mozart's about the best I could suffer. Look at that one. Turn on your mind, relax. Why are you doing the Baphomet? Relax and float and stream. It's very trippy, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, that's just a cool way of cooking your food in the past. And you get little church organs made by jewelers in the past. Little Tecnasmia devices, very funky indeed, but they're all beautiful and a lot of attention to detail. Let's have a look. This is the dawning. Hang on a minute, guys. So millions and millions of examples I have of church windowage. You get the picture, yes? Okay, let's move on. Now, I found this book, and it is really old. It's 17 I773. The Universal Harmony, like symphony, got a bit of a Phoenician thing there. Universal Harmony, or Compendium of Church Music, containing a variety of favorite anthems, hymn tunes, and carols composed by great masters. So they give you the, you know, the notes and stuff. I don't read music. I'm not going to pretend that I do. You know, but what sort of funky tunes are they playing? Yeah. Okay, let's check here out. Oh, rise thine, O Zion. That don't sound too funky. Awake, my glory. Behold how good and joyful. Oh, that sounds a bit jolly. It's a bit like Love Shack. Bring to the Lord. Oh, I don't know. And by the rivers of Babylon. Now we're fucking talking. Yeah, man, they got Boney M on you guys. And I bet it was exactly that tune as well. Can you see them all in like 1773? By the rivers of Babylon. Oh. Oh. It's awful sad. The bloke one's dead now in Boney M, so there'll be no more Boney M, unfortunately. Anyway. Hear, O heavens. Okay. I behold a great multitude. I heard a great voice. Yeah, I see a doctor about that. I said it will take head to my ways. I said it will take head to my way. Let's not go there. Anyway, so it's the shit, really. There they are. And you get the words as well. I will fling a light, oh Lord. I will smoke a fag. I'm smoking a fag, oh Lord. It doesn't say that. Oh, the Lord give me strength, the strength to sing and become epic as fuck. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say, it should say that. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Parker pen? I don't want a Mercedes Benz. I don't drive. Lord shall give us. I can't even read this. So yeah, it seems a bit crap, really. It's all glory, hallelujah, good. There's harp there. The harp comes in. The harp is trippy. I was listening to harp music only the other day. Celtic harp music. It was making me nod off, so it wasn't all that glorious. So yeah, church music. And I'm going to come back, mute my microphone. Let's have a listen to how shit church music is. Let's have a little vote on whether or not you think the church music is groovy or not groovy. Okay, Mozart, church music, organ music. So we know what you can imagine now. You're sitting in a church with 10,000 watts, like louder than AC/DC, organ pipes. Only they're playing Mozart. No, that's just weird and shit. Do you see what I mean? I'm not being uncultured. I listen to Mozart's Load all the time on 432. It's one of my favorite funky dudes. But that's shit. Yeah, that's like Munsters on a bad day. Okay. So would that pick you up? Would you feel all revitalized? What's going on with Tecnasmia? The music sucks. I'm just saying, I think they might be lying about the music. Anyway, what we're going to think about now. Okay, 825 you watching. Would you do me a solid? I know I keep on all of the time, but would you share this out? Because YouTube fucking can't stand me. Okay, and we're going to be plowing forward in this truthing thing. Okay, share me out. Like if you do. More information. We're going to think about Antarctica. And I've got a map on my wall there, and you can read all of the little islands. There's South Sandwich Island, Sandwich, like sandwich, not like sandwich, like a sandwich. Or there's South Orkney, the Elephant Islands, South Georgia, Aurora, South Orkney, and the Falklands Islands. Now, they're a big war. It sucked. Now, before we start, if I'm going to talk about the Falklands War, I want to put this clear. I don't give a flying fuck about political ideals or anything like that. So I love my brothers and sisters in Argentina, is what I'm saying. So if you want to call it Malvinas and all of that, knock yourself out. It is. Okay? I don't even care. Because years ago when I was in the Merchant Navy, actually in the Canary Islands, in Santa Cruz, okay, on Tenerife, I ended up having a knife fight with a crazy Spanish guy who came up the gangway. He's fucking waving a knife at me, and I was fighting him with a fucking dogging bar. It's a bar you lock the hatches with, so he can try to kill me. Go and kept shouting at me, Malvinas, Malvinas. And all I was saying, "What, you mean the Falklands?" He had steam coming out of his fucking ears, but some sort of dim out anyway. But because of that, so I'm just stating beforehand, right? Shit went down, okay? Nobody's happy about it, especially Simon Weston, okay? And we're not going to go there. We're looking at an idea for a way out of here, okay? And clues for that is what we're going to be thinking about. So nothing political. Just get that out of the way. The shit I've had about this in the past, I'll have to. Yeah, I know. I've had a iffy life. Why do you think I'm not in the Navy anymore? Anyway, it's a dangerous world out there, guys. So, first, we're going to navigate and we're going to get familiar geographically with the Falklands Islands. Now, could they mean Falkland, like fork in the roads? Falkland, where you have two ways to go. Yeah, one cold, one hot. Anyway, let's have a think about it. So that was terrible, that Mozart. So you were on Google Map page, okay, and the Falklands Islands. So let's just orientate ourselves to how far away this is from Great Britain. So British Isles, yeah, and we own the Falklands. It's for sovereign Britain, so much so that we're going to go and fight, get fuckloads of Welshmen killed for sweet fuck all, for these two little islands in the middle of nowhere, but it seems to be in shallows, okay? And they're going to have battles, and they're going to kill loads of really young Argentinian conscripts, which look freezing and pissed off from the propaganda footage. There was a battle at Goose Green, and there was a lot of shit went down. I met a lot of people that were in the Falklands War. I worked with one guy. He was a crazy bastard. I couldn't stand him. He was just made me evil being around him. He was just so fucking racist, and the shit that come out of his mouth made me want to just hurt him. But anyway, he said when he was a Chinook pilot. He said when he turned up at Goose Green, he went in a tent, and he said you just like chose whatever weapon you wanted. It's like, what? I said, yeah, man, everyone was just gramming up with like everything. I said, what you have? He said, I had a Jimpy. It's like, well, that makes sense. So it's just like a machine gun. But he said that they went in, like all of them, like Rambo, and just murdered everybody. He said it was disgusting. He said it was out and out turkey shoot. They stood no fucking chance. He said that's what he said. So shame he didn't get his head fucking blown off. Anyway, so it's in the middle of nowhere. They have a big war. Britain, like literally, like, you know, Thatcher's saying, if they carry on, they sent a fleet down there, right? She said, if they carry on, we're trying to drop the nuke. We're trying to drop the nuke on Buenos Aires. That's what she was saying. It's like just really crazy bastard. So there's nothing there. The capital is Stanley. There, its population is about, I don't know. A sheep, a pub, a post office. That's it. That's the capital there. They got a little airport. I'm guessing it's picked up since the war, but there's not much going on. I did have a friend that went there, and I said, "What do you do?" He said, "Nothing. It's just sheep, lots and lots of sheep." Okay, so that's the capital. There's not much going on. There's a few more other little villages and towns, I guess, if you can call them towns. So yeah, we feel the need to keep hold of that and all of these other important islands. You know, it's like right next to South America, and we get the Georgia, South Sandwich Islands as well, and there's Elephant Islands and other islands down by here. We are British as well. So there's a base there. There's a base there. Let's have a little look at this base, shall we? And have a look what's going on in Antarctica. Sweet fuck all. Is that fuel? No, it doesn't look that cold, does it? In fact, it doesn't really snow apparently in Antarctica. It's just dusty stuff. It's just frigid air. I can imagine it being like unpleasant. So I don't think it's all like that. Okay, and Google never show you the juice anyway. It's all like, as you know, pixelated out when you get down there. You know, if you get in and you want to look, it all goes pixel and shit. So let's just imagine that this is Western Antarctica, apparently below sea level. I know it's crazy, but that's what they say. And let's just imagine that there's a crossroads here, and it's not geographically like this, because none of us can verify it. Not one of us. Okay, and there may be something else going on, like a way through or something. Okay, so let's have a think about Britain. I've got the archipelago of islands all across the South Atlantic, like a barrier to stop anyone traipsing into this very important part here. It's not over here in New Schwabenland, okay, where the Germans went in by here. It's not there. And where you go in from Australia over by here. Remember, this is the you know, the surrounding ice and land all the way around us. Okay, in the flat Earth. It's always about this peninsula here of Western Antarctica. So I think that's the key. Okay, now Falklands War, crazy stupid war. I was in school, 1982. I was in high school. It's on the news every day in the developments of, and the reason you got into it so much is because it was all Welsh boys going there, and they had a few terrible instances. You know, the Sheffields had an exocet go through the side, and the General Belgrano, a a load of Welshmen got in, just basically burnt to cinders by a Argentinian aircraft attack. It's all on film. They got little anchors on their wings there. So I feel that it was a psyop. I feel that when they were sat in Buff's Cove, and the military, the British military here, was sat in Buff Cove, and they were ordered no defensive fire. So basically what they were ordered to is, when they were fired upon, don't fire back, or don't even defend yourself. So they were there in Buff Cove, sitting ducks, waiting for the Argentinian Navy to come and drop bombs on them, which they did, and they took them out. To me, that's a psyop. To me, that they was just like, chose to, So there's the Belgrano, terrible, full of men, went down, and then there was a few repercussions over there. So just a fucking tragedy to keep this rock of shithole full of sheep, inhospitable. There's nothing there. It's just crap. And why Britain even hang on to it? It just makes no fucking sense. So HMS Antelope there in Carlos Water, and use the Argentinian prisoners, but they were really young, and a lot of them were conscripts. Look at this building here. It looks just like Britain in Stanley. I don't think there are any Tatarian buildings there. We'll have a look at an old map there. So that's just some General Ayana from the military junta. Apparently they had a military junta going on in Argentina at the time. This is after Don't Cry For Me, Argentina. The truth is, I was ripping you right off on the taxes. Of course she fucking was. Anyway, and it was a big fuck off war. Oh, the old Cortina. Newsweek, the Empire Strikes Back. What a load of bullshit. HMS Herpes. Look at it. They're the advanced group to go into Gibraltar. And they all came back like heroes in Britain, and they had all ticker tape and, just like the movies, but it was all acted, like the sailor there. And all this way to go fight some 2-bit war and have all them people fucking killed over, an entrance to Antarctica. So whatever it is, they're desperate to hide. And they're desperate to hang on to the Falklands Islands. It's imperative. So there's 2 islands. I'm wondering if that might be the key, Falkland Islands, if the way's just near there. I'm wondering. So there's a Falcon bomber. I've seen it. I've seen this in a place called Bridleythorpe near Leicester. There's giant hangars there. There's one outside. You want to see the wingspan on this, guys. You wouldn't even believe it. You wouldn't believe. The biggest plane I've seen. It's just massive. So yeah, I've seen that. That one probably. There's 2 of them there. I think there are only 2 left. So it's supposed to be a nuclear bomber in its day. And there's the Argentinian air defense. So yes, that's state of affairs. So the point is, a bullshit, huge war, loads of men killed over sweet fuck all. Okay, over sovereignty of some 2-bit islands in the middle of nowhere. No offense to the British people that live in Falklands, but that's a lot of bullshit to go down over sweet fuck all. I'm just saying. So this is an old map here, right, guys? I-713, and it shows southern tip of South America, Tierra del Fuego, and Patagonia here, which we think is inhabited with giants. But here, can you see here? Well, this is a much, much bigger landmass, whatever it is, than the Falklands that we see on Google. And they call it the New Islands. Because they're new as in just come up from the water, maybe. And they only show you 1, and there's 2 to the Falklands, 2 islands, isn't there? Completely different names, unrecognizable, but a lot of them are that old way of speaking, I guess. There is in Spanish, maybe. Some of it is in Spanish. So what is it? What is this? Landmass. So they say that's the Falklands. They say that's the Falklands, but it's a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger. Now, let me just move on a minute. Now, I showed you this map a couple of weeks ago, and I love this map. I absolutely adore this map. For the reason being, I got some books about missing islands and stuff in the South Atlantic. South Pacific also. Davis Island is one example. An island that's supposed to be in the South Pacific, spotted a few times, even charted, and was never found again. And I get to think about that film, Wonder Woman, where they got this island that's literally cloaked. until you crash through some barrier. There's some sort of technology going on, like God technology, if you like, gods. So I'm wondering if like that's the case, that these islands are there, like High Brazil is like there, and this island here, which is this the Falklands? Because if it is, it's right next to Antarctica in this map. So this is my idea. You come across the Magellan Straits is, it's literally on some maps as wide as the crossing is from Africa to South America across the Atlantic Ocean. This part here, which is a lot wider if you look on maps today. Okay, but it's a short skip in this map. So the Magellan Strait is supposed to be as wide as this. It's like an ocean away to Western Antarctica. So, but it's not yours, it's sliver. And in a lot of maps, it's connected. Okay, but you got this river, and it runs all the way into the interior. Also, these two as well. In what is Phoenicia? And I keep thinking fork in the road, Falklands. And I'm thinking, because it says Terra Sancta here, that this is a sanctuary, and this is where they go. And Phoenicia, this is where they're from. And this giant city, right there, that close. And why not? Why not? I got a picture on my wall over there, and it's of just a big, like, massive cupboard with all houses and people just living in them, and an overview of watching them. And these people think that's their world, their universe. They know nothing of the outside, just like the film The Village. They knew nothing of the modern world because it was hidden from them, like the real world is hidden from us. And all of this is mapped. For some reason, what is it? Just fantasy? Someone tripping out and just made up all the names and cartographied. And this pinnacle, yeah, could be like Western Antarctica. This bit, yeah, maybe. And there could be a river that goes through, and maybe it's open at some stages. Maybe there's a thaw when that ecliptic of a separate sun on a separate pond comes closer to us, and that's what we're spotting now. I also proposed a book a while ago about atmospheric changes causing differences in people, electromagnetic changes. Now, I had a power cut today. And I had a power cut yesterday. And I haven't had a power cut in here before. And unfortunately, my computer went off and I lost all what I was going to present, and I never saved them as thumbnails. So that sucked because I had to like search it all over again. But I'm wondering whether, there's weird shit happening every single day online. Things ain't going through. Transactions are going weird. Hang on a minute. And just weird shit constant. Every day, everything looks different online, and they're fucking with us. And I'm wondering, if they're just going to like cut us off, and what happens. And we're going to lose contact with one another then, and that would really, really suck. So we need to set something up. We need to sort something out. We need to really seriously think about off-gridding, guys. I keep saying it. That's just, you can see the way this is going by now. Surely you've worked it out, that there was a big distraction to stop you thinking about what's really, really going on. They've been chemtrailing like, fuck this, trying to play for time. The whole thing is falling apart, and they don't even give a shit. Why? So I talked about this. This is a separate subject altogether in my last post. I'm coming back now, guys, in a minute. Give you a bit of a shout. 860 odd of you watching. I'll super on a Tuesday. Wow. Somebody wanted me to share this with them, and it's a bit of a horror book, actually, but it's supposed to be true. The guy states at the beginning that he would state his life, and all of this is true. He gives you examples of, other people at the time, even Francis Bacon, saying that this shit's going down, okay? And it is the most certain and true relation of a strange monster or serpent found in the left ventricle of the heart, okay? In a gentleman aged 21 years. And this happened in the 1600s, 1633, 1637, okay? Now, obviously I can't read it all because it's a 60-pager, but it is something that I'm willing to share because it is a mind blow and a horror show to read, because this guy states that this shit's going down, okay? And going down, not just in this guy. You have to read it for yourself. There you are. And it looks like this. Yeah, no, that's the ventricle, and it goes in there. They give you some depictions, okay? Just horrible. Just parasites living in the heart of certain people. Isn't that very interesting there? So it looks like that. It looks like that. It's a curly thing, got a head on it, and all of these, they look like tentacles, like octopus tentacles. And it looks like that thing out the Matrix they take out of his belly as well. Could be some sort of tech of that time that he's removed. Because I removed something from my leg, guys, and it was not dissimilar to that. And I'm not even joking. And I told you I got a hole in my neck. They removed something metal from my neck, and they wouldn't let me see it. The one I took from my leg, it's not dissimilar to that. It really wasn't. Scared the shit out of me. I wasn't hanging around to look at it very fucking long either. Chucked it straight down the toilet. So I'm not going to read it, but it is a trip. Okay, it is a trip. This book, it is a mind blow. I've recovered it maybe twice in the last 3 years since I found it. But somebody said in my comments, "Can you tell me more about that?" Yeah, it's a head fuck. Just read it for yourself, guys. Okay, I don't want to read it, especially this time of night. I'll be like thinking wormy thoughts. Good morning, Worm, Your Honor. Makes you think, guys. Anyway, moving on. I'm coming back for a second. Ugh. Stop sharing. Sounded really well, Shane. 973 of you watching. Would you be so gracious as to share this out for Flight of British? Thank you very much. I need a drink. Hi, Julie. Hi, Moonbeam Midge. So I've got some more stuff to share with you coming up, and I've only been posting an hour, so that's really cool. I've got some excellent stuff to share with you coming up, and images of the day, and I'll bring them forward a bit, and some other stuff as well. I will share everything in the description box below this video. Now, let me sort my clout out. Now, Retro, good to see you, my Brovsky, and Mighty Atom, who's talking to lovely Julie. Hiya, Julie. Moonbeam Mitch. Yay. It's a spooky book. I'll link it up as soon as this video finishes. Fabulous Freak Brother time for me. Mickey, read that book. It's a horror story. I got so many books that freak your head out. I tell you, you wouldn't even believe. But I can't talk about them all the time. The thing is, on Flat Earth British, don't know whether you notice, we don't repeat anything. We don't like to repeat anything or repeat information. Okay, so we move forwards. Always we move forwards with Flat Earth British. Yeah, cutting edge. So I figured only today. I was thinking we must have on all of Flat Earth British shared millions of images and books by now. We must have. I'm going into my 7th year of Flat Earth British, guys. 20 after Christmas, I'll be my 7th year of Flat Earth British. Yeah, and I haven't got the 7-year itch at all. I'm just getting going. Mr. Go. Burdick, brother Lancelot, Brian Evans. You had friends who were Falklands in Paris. Yeah, I've talked to so many people who were in the Falklands War, and I've seen Simon Weston a couple of times in town. I had my really embarrassing mother with me, and she was really loud, oh look, Matt, there's Simon Weston. Look at the state of his face, and he's he's famous, and he's got a really bad burns, but he's the bravest man you can imagine. He faced the world looking a bit fucked up, really. And but he was all right. He's just a lovely, lovely man. David McHugh. They did use him a bit, I feel, in the media, for getting him on telly all the time when he was so fucked up, and just getting to the heartstrings and using him as, give weight to their bullshit. Alan Lunderground, how you doing, my friend? Communism, Flat Earth, the free market. There's actually nothing to do with numerology in your comment there, Underground. I'm very confused. See, my glasses are wonky. It's not my glasses that are wonky. I keep trying to correct them. It's my nose. It's broke and wonky. I know. So it's never going to sit right. Carol Costello, Mr. Kill again, and Flat Earth British Giants were the last remnants of Argentina. Wow, it could well be, my brother. Could well be, because, they're the last sort of evidence that we see, classicals further back. And we see 1700s Patagonian giants, don't we? Yeah. They were throwing stones. Keep away, keep away. So, Mr. Cole. Jolly man, good to see you. He lost the A for some reason. Don't know what's happened there. Anyway. And John, Burdick, and Stacy from Massachusetts. Let's start Stacy Girl, Missy L, Gaff Reese, Calio, and Alva Billy, Curvy Water. Always makes me laugh, Curvy Water. David McHugh, Floyd Bing was silly in it. And Live to Love. Ooh. What are people? The Dome. Timmy, Stuggan, Sketches, Ant McCartney. Steve Dickinson. You got a sister, Angie. Leslie Ashcroft. Don't blame the organ. Blame the organist. Yeah, the bad workman always blames his tools, and that's true. That is very, very wise. Joy, good to see you. Cats playing classical music. Cats choir. It was only the intro. Yeah, you know it. Do you know that? Well, that was 5 seconds way too much for my Brian. Okay, that was just nails on a blackboard. Like that. Cats choir. Spiffing. Like, I do like classical music. I listen to it all the time. It's just, I don't know about that organ music. Martin, did you like your smelly salmon picture? My smelly salmon picture. I don't know if I recall that, but, you know, I see a lot of stuff every day. Witch of the Sand. See what I mean? I reckon so as well. It also, one of the furthest islands, archipelago south in the South Atlantic, is the islands of Tristan da Cunha, which is an island archipelago, and further south from there, Gough Island. But off the coast of Bengal, mid-Atlantic, is where they stuck Napoleon, which is St. Helena, which is hell, by the way, St. Hell. And Ascension is mid-Atlantic, Ascension Islands. And I'm wondering if, you know, well, it's Ascension, it's like ascending. All these islands, you know, even Deception Island up there and all of these different islands, they're just so many clues. So I'm not sure about smelly salmon. Thanks anyway. Sounds lovely. Puff, puff. You happy? Good for a Tuesday, isn't it? I don't know. Got loads of loveliness to show you. Okay. Thank you, Kelly. See, Kelly's a good example of kindness. Okay. I don't ask for much to share me out. Do all them groovy YouTube things. You are a gem, Martin. Keep sharing your stuff. Oh, thank you. Anyway, let's not worry about all of that right now. Okay. We're just cool guys hanging out on a Tuesday. Yeah. Epic. Now, 930 of you, share this out and let's see if we can get the magic 1,000 on a Tuesday. Sean always done. So shall it be? Bing. Okay. Now, we're going to look at some beautiful stuff right now. Okay. I haven't seen any of this before because I don't see anything that I show you before, except for that one. So this is really groovy, and I dug this up, and it is of the interiors and some of the buildings, these giant buildings. This is in Paris. They got some in Marseille as well. I'm guessing they are engravings of the type. But I think these are lithographs. And lithographs, as I have proposed, I think are some sort of photography. You know, they say that the artist excels in detail and tries to get it like a photograph, but I think it's just too much effort, and it would take too long, and all of this detail is just absolutely ridiculous. Phoenician, but it gives you just the best examples. If I just show you, excuse me, some of the thumbnails, I'll get through to some of the images. I will share this book with you following this post. So yeah, power cuts. Okay, yeah. So the street lights went off. There was some sort of power surge, and we've had the freakiest weather. We had rainbows without rain, and this feels weird. The skies are sort of like a greeny color. It's like, what the fuck is going on with the sky? You know, I was back a couple of last month. I was out driving with my friends, and it was like coming back from actually Birmingham, the convention, and it was really dark night. Yet the sky was all illuminated like daytime. It was like, what the fuck's going on with the sky? Sorry about this. So yeah, Paris expositions there as well, guys. Okay, and it gives you the interiors, but they are beautiful lithographs. If I just get the thumbnails up. So yeah, the sky was all lit. It was the weirdest sky phenomenon. It was like, what the fuck? And I know you're thinking, oh, it's the city's illuminating it. No, it wasn't. It was just like, because they weren't where cities were. It was just the country, and the sky was just freakily illuminated. Come on, load up. Excuse me. Okay. Sorry to waste seconds of your precious lives, but you're dead anyway, and time doesn't exist. So I guess I could just take my time. There you are. Wow. How easy it is to get any solutions in this place. It's brilliant. Solution. Anyway. So yeah, some stunning pictures. They've got color ones as well. It's just really lovely stuff of antiquity. There's some stunning buildings. Paris. The spooky Notre Dame. I don't even like saying that word. I know what it means, but it's like devilly, isn't it, Notre Dame? Another Arc de Triomphe. That one's a photograph, I guess, but they say it's not. They say, look at that one. That's the Louvre entrance. That's got to be built for giants. Covered in Tecnasmia pots as well. Oh, that is pretty good. Look at that as well. Oh, massively top heavy. So I will. Oh, look at that belfry. Beautiful landing platforms for balloons, giant arches. Like I said, it's all there right now. So if you can imagine in your Brian right now, okay, that all of these people are in this era and these clippity cloppity horses and all of this just comes to life. And it's there right now. And the Victorians or the Tatarians, it's all there right now at this second happening. In another now. Time doesn't exist, so it has to be, guys. That means all of our ancestors are there. That means this Great Awakening is a lot bigger than we had any idea about. All of history, all time. We've been enslaved for a long, long time. This shit been going down, guys. Since when was the last time we were truly free and out of enslavement? Do you even know the last moment of sanity in this place? Does anybody know what we truly are, what we're supposed to be doing? I think this is the first and the closest we've ever come to what we're truly supposed to be, guys. In the whole of reality, I think this is it. I know this is it because I can feel it. This is it. Just know it. So I'll share that book to you. Whew, getting blown away. This is a freakoid. Check this out. Okay. So it's melancholy. Okay. So you know melancholia, which I show in my depictions. You may not know, but if you follow Flat Earth British, you're going to know the famous depiction of melancholia. She sits there a bit cheesed off in J553 with her hands on her head. Phoenician thing going on here. But she's a massive giant. And the story is with her, I guess, is she lives outside of this realm and waits for the stage to be over with. The stage sets. And who are the props in your play? You're playing the part that you thought from the start was an honest one. And look, the Phoenician bathhouse. We got a load of women having a bath in the Altogether. The Queen was in the Altogether, the Altogether, the Altogether. All right, some sword fencing silliness going on. And she's just sitting there thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, these people suck. I think they sucked in all times, love. I really do. But, you know, now is the stupidest reset of all time, obviously. Because everyone just fell for it and never gave it any thought because they were just, oh, hang on a minute. Does this mean I can't go down the booze until I have a jab? That was it. That was their prime directive, is they can't go to watch shitty sport, stupid pubs, or go and buy plastic craps made by child slaves in a department store, because that's all it is. You're better off buying in charity shops. At least it's done the, you know, it's fucking done the laps. It's done its service. And at the end of the day, I think it's karma-free shopping. Images of the day. As I said, it's not going to be a massively long vlog. Now, everything you see in this vlog, I'm going to be sharing. Check this, Tatarian architecture in Sicily. It's absolutely beautiful, Sicily, though, guys. I must say, I absolutely loved the place. And they're not exactly Italian either. I don't think they regard themselves as Italian. They're a separate thing altogether, as in a separate country, even though they all speak Italian. So, yeah, it's popped this top. I don't know whether it's going to do St. Helens, but all of these people in populated places next to volcanoes makes no fucking sense to me. Same for San Francisco as well. You know, how many millions living on this supposed dangerous San Andreas fault? It just makes No sense. Look at these blocked up windows and doors. But yeah, it's just like a mudflood. You carry on all of this pumice and ash, and then it rains, and then there's other stuff happening, and all of this eventually would be buried up to here. And rather than dig out 1 trillion tons of material, they come along and just dig it out. There's mudflood happening in real time. All they need is a few mud slips. If there has any, earthquake activity, which volcanoes definitely trigger, you could have liquefaction. Earthquakes are known to cause liquefaction. Lovely architecture. So Volcano Etna is written in the ash that's over everything. I'm guessing it won't be so bad for him to buy masks now. I wear masks. Miracles start to happen when you give as much energy to your dreams as you do your fears. Well, I don't do fears. But I do dreams, and my dreams are for everyone. Everything that I say about, saving everyone who's left is what I intend. So that's what we're doing for the whole of history, for all of time. Otherwise, this shit's just going to go down forever, and we can't have that, can we? 7 rules for life. Let it go. Never ruin a good day by thinking about a bad yesterday. Because, guys, how many of us have just wasted our lives thinking about the bad shit that we've had to suffer in the past? Don't doubt it, guys, that our lives have been torture. We've been tortured. I've been tortured in this place for 54 fucking years. That's how I see it. They just torture us. You're trying to kill me all the time. I'm going to fight for survival. Fuck you, motherfuckers. I'll fight you all away. That's me, guys. I never sit here fucking relaxing like everyone else, just taking everything for granted and thinking everything's going to go down cushy, because life's just not fucking like that. I can't believe people just take life for granted and think, oh, well, I'll just sit here, get jabbed up, everything will go along swimmingly, and then I'll die sick, old, and fucked up with pain. Everybody, I'll shit in myself, because that's what happens to everybody, most people. But I don't think everybody. In fact, I think life is not what they say, and I don't think death is either. Anyway, number 2, ignore them. Don't listen to other people. Live a life that's empowering to you. So don't even listen to anybody, because they're only talking heads, all of them, and they're repeating other talking heads onwards and onwards. Stick with your own thoughts, your intuition. That's it. That's the sacred key, guys. You're right there when you got that. Don't let the programming, but it's not because the books told me this and scientists told me that. They told you shit. Yeah, go with your intuition. Yeah, create a given intuition, and it's never ever wrong. 3, give it time. Well, time doesn't exist, but time does heal and heals everything. And I agree with that. When you're in deep grief, you think you're never going to get over it. You think you're going to feel that way, and it's just, you think you're over. You think it's over your life. You're never going to be happy again. But it's not true. It's not true. It turns around, and then you become happy. You turn it around. Time, a little bit of time, whatever it is, or other nows. Okay, Groundhog Days over and over and over. Number 4, don't compare. The only person you should try and beat is the person you were yesterday. Now, I do a bit of programming myself. I always think I'm bigger, better, and I send an outward love thing every day when I do my little sort of shriney thing for everybody to be empowered and wake up and just feel good, just outwardly. And it works, guys. I know it works, because then things happen then, and the day was like, oh, you must have heard me. 5, stay calm. Stay calm. I haven't had a freak out in quite some time, or got angry really in quite some time. I keep it down. I stay calm because I'm chilled. It's okay not to have everything figured out. No shit. Know that in time you'll get there. So the answers will come. I'm always sort of petitioning the creator, oh, please tell me, and it just doesn't come. And I get really, really, fucking upset, really, and frustrated that I can't know this thing that I'm thinking about. And then just like 2 weeks later or something, maybe like a click of the finger, and then bam, it's there in my head. I was like, oh fuck yeah. It'll just come. So I sweated it for nothing, basically. That's what I'm saying. 6, it's on you. Only you are in charge of your happiness. And it's the same for your sovereignty as well. If you're going to just hand over your life, and you're given life to the powers that should not be, then you can expect to fucking get what you got coming. You got to take your sovereignty back for you and your family and your children, guys. Yeah, because they ain't looking after us. That's what we need to do. It's on us. And it's the same when we get breakaway civilizations, you know. There's not going to be no fucking leaders, nobody in charge of anyone else, guys. It's going to be everyone looking after their own family, but as a community, if that makes sense. Yeah. And then all of the jealousies and the bullshit of a previous way of thinking will just not be there anymore. We don't need locks. We won't need any fucking doors like that because there'll be no theft. We won't be worried about any dodginess going on in people's minds. Do you get it? So that's what we're heading for. Number 7, smile. That's what I do every day. Just smile. Life is short. Enjoy it while you have it. And that is so, so, so true. It's a gift. It's called the present because it's a present. To remember, that's all we ever have. This is a good one. Excuse me. The 6 best doctors are sunshine, water, rest, air, exercise, and diet. And I would say that is bang on. Okay, sunshine's lovely. Water is nailing it. Rest when you need it. I'm not much of a rester myself. Air, I do like that air. Exercise is imperative to me. I always feel like if I don't exercise, I'm going to burst out my body. So I have to like get into a trot sometimes just to get this fucking massive energy out of me. And diet is now become very important with me because diet is just, if you once you nail the diet, you nail it really. Nutrition. Okay, good health, I mean. So some funny books now. Harland Miller, The Incurable Romantic Seeks Dirty Filthy Whore. For real. Oh, one of my favorite novelists, Philip D. Kaipick. Out of fucking nowhere, electrified furry mutton bastards bit my arm off. Happens all the time in Wales, mate. We got loads of these electrified furry and mutton bastards everywhere. So beware of electrified furry mutton bastards, guys, okay? They're called sheep. I know because I keep dodging dog shit and sheep shit. Sheep shit, I mean masks every day. Serious question. Why are there no biohazard bins used, masks and, not sure what that, globes, if the virus is contagious and deadly? Now, shouldn't we have bins put there for the sheep shit? Because they're like littering the world, aren't they? There's millions of them now lying every fucking where. Shouldn't they be, if this is a plague, biohazards, shouldn't they be taped off? Shouldn't people be shot for dropping them? Shouldn't they be like, you know, some sort of investigation? Because if this shit was real, then masks would be deadly and not fucking just lying around everyone to step in. Stupid. I don't know who he is. No, open for investigation. I do not know. But Billy Elish, I don't really know what that name is, but I know him because he's out 28 days later. It's just another person who I do not know. Cillian Murphy in a wig, and once you see it, I guess you can unsee it. They do look similar. They could be brother and sister. But in the first film of 24 Days Later, you see his knob. You see his knob. So, but that could be just a Illuminati setup. You know, it could be a prosthetic penis, like, you know. So I don't know. They do play tricks with us and stuff, but who knows? I don't even know why that he's even saved. So let's have a look at multi-headed. Now, what is this? Is this a heavy trip on LSD? And then you see this many-headed cobra, which looks like a shell, by the way, and all of these different heads, elephant, dog head, different personifications of just one entity with all the arms. So it's a serpent. Seems to have come out of a shell. So sort of saying like the Shiva is coming out of the sea, and he's a giant because these are people, look. Or the many-armed Krishna, but that's not Krishna, I don't think. And they've got weapons as well. Trident. In fact, they're all really weapons. They're fasces. Anyway, nice little whatever it is engraving. So this is San Francisco. It's a bit of a haunting image. Ruins of City Hall. And lots of people have been like literally wrangled by a photographer, which I find uncanny. So he's managed to shout, everybody, get a couple of 100 people together, 100 people or so together, to pose in their Sunday finest outside of the Rec City Hall, which is a bit of the old world, as you can see from the Corinthian topped arches. Okay. To pose for it. Well, that doesn't gel with me. There's something off with that. The entire city's like devastated. So they get all these people in their Sunday finery. No bags, no belongings, no Chinese. No Chinese at this in any of these San Francisco photographs, which is weird for such a large Chinese population. That's a weird light, isn't it? But the detail on San Francisco old world. Phew. And this little belfry. So maybe they got rid of the Chinese. I don't know. It's really strange. There's none in the photos. But strange place, China. What's going on with that? You know, the way like Chinese people, do they know what's going on in the rest of the world? You know, imagine that, like they're just ordering you how many children you can have in Britain. They've been doing crazy shit like that in China, haven't they? But apparently it's bullshit. But I'm gonna, you know, how many kids you got? 4 kids, too many. Put back. Yeah. Who say 4 kids? Got 4 kids. Put back. So they don't really have, you know, loads of children in China. It's really weird. Can you imagine that? So this is basically Jerusalem in the Middle Ages. It's a groovy guy with a happy hat. Don't know what's going on with a rock. And it's supposed to be Temple Mount, which has got like a groovy blue dome at this period. And look at the Holy Land. It's all green and pleasant because it's in the Fertile Crescent. And now it's all dusty. There's a tower on fire over there. So it looks nothing like anything of modern day or any other maps, really. Map of Monday is a circle. I like trees. This tree's got a hand, and the hand opened, and it went, behold, 4 trees, 5 trees, boom, 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 like that. Probably didn't say behold because they haven't got mouths, but they're living, and I think they're conscious, and I think trees know that we're there looking at them. I think they get familiar with us. I think they get friends with us. Over time, I think they don't need eyes. So this is in Galveston in Texas. This was actually an orphanage which burned down in the past. And Galveston's crazy. We have covered it in the past. It did have a really big event. There's a bit of scaffolding going on, yeah. Bit here as well. Yeah, completely destroyed. And again, you know, the effort for somewhere to put people with no parents, and they got these just like churches, aren't they? It's like there's probably a chapel there. Just creepy institutions behind big fucking brick walls. This place is infinitely fucked. Now, talked about this many times, and I guess in a way all of this idea started up here in Flat Earth British of orphan children, etc. But incubator babies at the World's Fair is just crazy thought if that was true. But they say it is. That 12 months growth in 1 hour. So if they did nail that, as they do say on that thing there, the incubator 12 months growth in 1 hour, then they were knocking out adult babies in no time at all in these crazy incubators. So is it the case that nothing new under the sun, that we could be just clones of the arrivals of 100 years ago or less? All the previous occupants killed guys trillions before us. They do it over and over. Now it's getting cold in the morning, so a suggestion. So if you do get like cold nipples, we don't want to be offending everyone walking around with erect nipples. That would be just I mean, disgusting. Because it's freezing cold outside, so you can get like little woolen nipple covers, and then you can walk around like that and make us all happy, or just me happy. Anyway, penis enlarger. One of the top 10 things that never been said. I'm going for a penis reduction Monday morning. Are you? No, not really. So here's Beyond the Ice Wall. This is a good one. I love this one. This is quite good, but it goes into Asgardia as well. But the idea is this is Yazimaflag with this flat Earth map. We just looked by here, and there's sort of a gap here, and that's what I was suggesting on that map, that river, and then there's a gap through, and you know the rest is a mixture of land and ice. The one at New Schwabenland, where the submarines went through after World War II, probably went to another place like here. All of this could well be there. You know, I'm thinking, and different suns, not puddles as such, but more like this. And the dome over this one, secondary dome, maybe. And other domes, and maybe this one's an experiment. This place is infinitely large outside, just like in the Truman Show, you know. And the guy's in the moon, fucking Adaris is in the moon, managing it all. I'm not saying that they're in the moon managing it all. Right, trips on memory lane for British people. Okay. Melage, you still here? Can you remember these? Now, a number 6 was like sucking a smelly sock. I mean, they were fucking disgusting. But the thing is they were really, really cheap. You could get them out of a cigarette machine that was hanging on the wall in a shop near to me that got robbed. And you could just get like cigarettes out of a machine on in the wall. Never have that in this day and age. Crackheads would never have that. Woodbines were fantastic. It was like having a spliff. Yeah, you toke it, and then because like if you have a gram of nicotine in one go, it kills you stone dead. You get about a quarter of a gram of nicotine in one puff. So literally, you're like half dead on a woodbine, coughing your brains up, and you're like, "Fuck me, well, that was a buzz." So Embassy Gold, my mother used to smoke them for a little while. They were a little bit expensive, not a bad fag, but just a little bit small. Now, players' weights, I don't know these cigarettes, actually. I can't lie. Woodbine tipped, yeah, so they were tip woodies. They were a little bit weaker. Park Drive were fab. Park Drive, I could smoke a Park Drive now. They were like a little cigarette. Really good puff on them. Fills your fucking lungs up proper, not like girly fucking fags, like a more. I mean, a proper lung full of fucking smoke, guys. You know what I mean? Like you want. Kent Sitters Corsair. I have never had a Corsair. Yeah, I have. I've had a Corsair at sea. These were the best. See these? Yeah. You ain't going out trying to cop on without Benson and Edges. No woman's going to even look at you back in the day. You got to have a silver lighter, gold lighter, gold cigarette packet like James Bond. That shit up, guys. You know what I mean? Yeah. Benson and Edges is where it was at, and they were a lovely fag. Cadets, I never had a. Service, senior service. Yeah. Senior service. So they missed out Capstan on there. So what was your favourite fag? Oh. Benson, Zippo. Yeah, okay. Lizzo said. It's a tradition. Anyway. What is it? It's landed on my nose. What is it, Reese? Oh, it looks weird, really. Nice, though. Tripping out that cat. He's like, it's tickling. I watched, I love these animal videos. The crazy animals that get on with one another. There was a bunny rabbit beating up a baby tiger I watched yesterday. It was fucking lush. But the crazy cool stuff animals do. And do you know what always gets me about animals as well, guys? Is it doesn't matter what species they are. You can get like, like, I don't know, a bird, like an owl clutching in a koala bear. That's a silly example. Let me think of a better one. I'll think of another one in a minute. A rabbit and a dog. I don't know. Never mind. Star footage. Okay, check this out, guys. Because there's no music, so imagine it. There's a public toilet. So yeah, this was protected. The outside community wasn't protected, was it? They just go in there in a little hole, just like a bunker. Protected city, dark city. And look at all that juice going on inside there. Inside fractal geometry. With always in the middle, a massive Tecnasmia device. Smack in the middle. That's pretty cool. See, that's sickening. This is what's wrong with this place. Meanwhile, at the equator. That's really unkind. I was deciding, if I was in a supermarket, which I wouldn't be, by the way. It might be. But I wouldn't be in the soda pop aisle because I don't drink fucking soda, anything. Pop is like evil. That's this person's problem. He or she has had too much pop. So I was thinking, would I help this person up? And if I was well past, I'd probably ask them if they were okay, if they needed any help. But as for fucking my backup, because I would fuck my backup trying to lift that, all right? I don't think I could. I might go and get somebody to help it, him, her, and not being unpleasant, guys, at all. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm a Buddhist. Yeah, this is not my camera. This is not my business. Yeah, she was reaching for Coca-Cola. Yeah, this is the problem in the first place. What? That's not unkind. Waltzers make you puke your fucking brains up. You ever been on waltzers, guys? I projected puking on waltzers. I mean, because I couldn't get out of the chair, the vomit came out, and it's like, because it's swirling round, there was like, I guess, a vomit army of just projected vomit. I think I covered absolutely everyone that day in vomit on them waltzers. Remember that guy that actually ran the waltzers? There was mirrors in the middle. He did look really pleased with me because I covered everything in vomit, but they shouldn't put small children that vomit a lot on waltzers. On waltzers, you're asking for it. Just saying. What's this? I don't know. It's a Steam thing. So I was watching, I can't remember what film it was, my son the other day, and it's just like all of these underground things you see in America, and they're always jam-packed full of massive steam pipes, aren't they? So, tree's looking at you guys. That's actually a real tree. I don't know if somebody stained that in there. Why would there have two? Oh, it's two trees gone together and a smiley face. So I would say, looking at that, that's a happy tree. What would you say? I know it's a boiler, Dallas. I'm just saying. This was a Olympian from Greece, and he was apparently. Let me see if I can remember his name. It'd be really crafty. Roman. Something like Marcus Aurelius, Picusticus, something like that. But he was basically an Olympian who won loads of shit. And he basically, when he was buried, they put a gold leaf, laurel leaf of control over his Brian. He's got a bit of an elongated head there as well. I don't think they got that teeth going thing on going. I don't think these have anything to do with this. It's a strange old Brian as well. Yeah. But yeah, apparently, whatever, ancient Greece, surviving Olympian skull. But it's got a lot of leaf, which I find fascinating. Chernobyl has, or had, which is grown over right now. Might have been why they called the nuclear hoax thing this. They say it's advanced radar, is what the Russians say it is. But it doesn't look like any radar I've ever seen, but it does look like HAP. And this thing goes quite a way, and it's just like left to rack and ruin in Chernobyl. And I think this is definitely some sort of hard weather modifications thing, and it's a big one as well. It's a big fucking one as well. Maybe that's what the real event was. It's caused by this. Because I tell you what, I don't think it was nuclear explosion. Oh, I bought some fireworks. We got a thing happening in Britain that I'm not going to celebrate. I'm going to do it on the day that it's not. Called Bonfire Night, and it's just an Illuminati thing. Check that out. I'm not going to tell you the story because it's a lot of bullshit, but we're going to let fireworks off anyway. So I've seen this. I fucking want one. So blue Java banana grown in the Hawaiian Islands tastes like vanilla ice cream. Yeah? Blue bananas, and they're real. And you're not tripping. This is real. Yeah, a blue banana, and it tastes like vanilla ice cream. How bad do I want one of them? I love bananas. Do you do the banana trick, right? Hold your nose, chew a banana, right? Let go of your nose, and then the banana taste just hits your brain. It's fantastic. Love banana smoothies. Now, Fannies, did you know, right, that the Virgin Mary iconography has been a vaginal symbol for centuries without really being noticed. So when you like worshipping the Virgin Mary, really, it's funny. Did you know that? All in plain sight, guys. How much you never knew. Yeah, I know. We'll show you other examples of them later. That was off my last post. Indeed. That was off my last post. Oh, what's this? Is that a joke? Oh, yeah. Here comes another one. Right, try to get it right this time. It's while you squeeze his balls, I empty his wallet. Not while I squeeze his wallet, you empty his balls. By Dizzy Hooker. Okay. Maybe a little bit of practice. They'll get it right later. Okay. Anything else here? No, I think that's it for today. Right. No. Next. Have you seen this jewelry? I got turned on to it maybe a year or two. I think I may have a little bit of it. A ferryman. And it's filigrane. Filigrane, and it is beautiful on the jewelry. Have you ever seen this? My friend turned me on to it a year or two ago. I think I got some of it. I think I got like a silver filigrane ferryman in a little boat. But look, it's like lace, but it's made of metal, and sacred geometry as well in it. So if you ever see any of that around on the cheap, grab it because it's beautiful. It's something to look out for. And this Russian nailed it, whoever he was. Karakov, excuse me, Karakov. There's some of his work. Oh, he got the Illuminati pyramid there. So, in case you didn't know, turning you on to some sort of Tatarian decoration. They don't feel Phoenician. It's too nice. And they don't use sacred geometry in the same way, like that, for example. Okay, moving on. Now, this is a good book. It's pretty old, actually, but it gives you, like, I know it says Stastica, but it's more or less, I guess you could call them heraldries, but you get the idea for Knights of Malta. They all do the 4 angels as well. So, sects, I should say. Sects. Have you seen Fucci? You know, the one who likes to feed beagles to, like, insects. Do you know that guy? He's his family crest is of a serpent eating a human. Take a look. Come out today on a feed. I just didn't want to show a picture of Fauci on my fucking vlog because he's like, it's evil, isn't he? So I used to study flags as a part of my geography thing as a kid. I was crazy about geography, still am. So I used to like try and memorize, you know, populations, capital cities, and flags, which came in fabulously useful later because I had to choose the flags for each country to put it on the lanyard up on when I was at sea as part of deck duties. There's Tataria there, but it says Dutch. It looks like Tataria there as well. But you get similar colours in a lot of them. Britain shows up in a lot. It says Hanover there. That's weird. The flags of the world. And there is the double-headed eagle there. So I'm not sure if they're just separate cities. Oh, Janus is interesting. Is that females? Yeah. So yeah, you can loads of, oh, there's the Lion of Zion. Loads of clues with flags. They'll tell you about what they are up to, I feel. So a lot of them have changed over the years. They're provinces, these ones. So Texas and other American states also have their own flags, don't they? Same as Britain. Wales isn't even included in the British flag, the Union flag. They didn't want to put us on there, but that's okay because we've got our own flag. But that only came in the 50s, really. Henry Tudor was supposed to carry it, but it's all bullshit. See this Manx? Something going on with the Isle of Man as well, guys. Yeah, it's tax-free haven. It keeps never really affected by. Well, I think they did go a bit mental on COVID. I'm not sure, but yeah, something going on. Look how many Britain got. Yeah, Britain nailed it, didn't they? Biggest empire, they say, but they stole it. Out to steal an empire. So anyway, a book of flags, loads of clues, but they're rather pretty, aren't they? Italy, Monaco there. Medina. So more duchies and, you know, counties, you know, like sort of provinces than countries as well. So there's 470 pages of flags. and other stuff in there as well that I searched through last night. But anyway, we're moving on. This is a good book I'm going to share with you of graves, right? Graves, excuse me, which are graves. And it shows you apocalyptic world. And, you know, after the events, you got like the classical world, smashed pillars, and everybody is living like Mad Max world in shelters. And that's how everyone's living after events. In tents and bunkers, because they've had an apocalypse. Now, I knew before all of this stuff went down that every generation, especially the people of 1900, were obsessed with the thought of end of times. When I was a kid, there used to be a bloke used to go on Cardiff with this "world is nigh" thing all of the time. You ever seen them? World is nigh. And now we find ourselves here in some strange ass horror movie, which is getting worse. God knows how many of the people injected with a horror show. We all know what's going on with that by now. It's just the worst thing going. And COVID, you know, everyone going to get an infected toe soon, which is probably not as bad. Not making that bit up, obviously. But yeah, it's not going away, and it's just forever, isn't it? Until something's done. And they've called people out to see what they did. They did not much. You know, they did the nice organized protests and everything that they wanted them to do, which achieved jack fucking shit because no mainstreamies even know about this shit. So, because don't put it on the news. So it's all good for the human spirit, and I guess, but in the bigger picture, if you look at the handbook of Illuminati, you know, strategies, I'm afraid protest is on there, guys. Okay. So, and plus, you know, it costs a lot of money, as I included in my new book, to talk about, to cut off streets in major cities. Okay. And police as well cost a lot of money, especially an army of them. Somebody's paying for it all, aren't they? It's nice of them. So anyway, so yeah, as good as it is for the spirit and everything, but it's I'm afraid, you know, until it's like every single village, every single city, and to rise up and says no more, no consenting, then that's the only thing. But that can't happen now because most people, unfortunately, a lot of people are going on their third jabbage now, aren't they? And they're going to say you need 8, and oh, it's just fucking madness. So yeah, look at the smash world. Everything covered in plantage. How many times have we seen this? So the world was an apocalypse, guys. And this artist was definitely covering it. So I'll share that with you as well. Don't spend too much time on that. Oh, this. But this is a really good one, actually. I really enjoyed this book of sciences of the day. And they do some medical sciences. They do some astronomical sciences. Bit of globe nonsense, but they do this. Look at this, and it's a really early book of so I'm only guessing of what that is, but I'm no expert. Expert, what does that mean anyway? I used to be pert, but now I'm not anymore. I'm expert. So yeah, let's have a look at this. What are they drawing? That trachea, maybe, and some other. I don't know too much about the inside of the human body, really. More about the outside, you know, not like a doctor or anything. What's this? Is that an eyeball? I don't know. I don't think it is. Well, how come all our stuff looks like something out of alien horror films then? It's all horrible. The inside of the body is horrible. Poo is horrible. Why do we have to poo? That's just disgusting. What the fuck? Really? Actual fuck do we poo for? I don't think we pooed in the past. That's just like devil stuff anyway. Yeah? You're telling me that Jesus pooed? Yeah? So Jesus had shit? Yeah? What? Even the Son of God had shit? It just don't make no sense, all of that. See what I mean? So this guy, you can see right inside is Brian. Guess what his name is? No, Philip. Close. You said Brian, didn't you? That was too predictable. Obviously not. So yeah, so anatomies. This is a bit of Tecnasmia science, which is juicy, which shows you 2 church devices doing what they really do. G. Okay, so you got your flag, which would be basically electromagnetic detecting thread through it, which you can buy online today in the modern day. So they're energy collecting flaggage, and they interact with ether and the electropotential, electrostatic charge, as you can see, sucking it down into these buildings for Tecnasmia and ether tech. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. I think that they're like sort of molecules, maybe. I think this is a number, maybe. I don't know. They do go into some. Oh, we got a map. Juicy, juicy, juicy. Oh, let's put it the right way up. Okay, let's have a look at this. So they've got Antarctica coming up as far as Southeast Asia. So it's going to be boiling hot. So again, even on this one. And giant lake in the middle of Asia. That's Caspian. That's a Black Sea. That's the Caspian. It's too far east. Should be over here. Asia's all wrong. Okay, so look, America. California's an island at this period. And almost connected to Antarctica, wherever the land's there. But again, it's showing it goes up all the way around, doesn't it? So that's a sweet little map there. And yeah, science is of an early period. Nice little discovery. I was having a little wonder what this is. It is like a Jesuit book, so they do geocentric thought, but in this case, I think it's Copernican because it looks like you know, oh, it's not, is it? So they are globe book, but celestial sphere as well, which seems to be a big thing with the Freemasons. Ooh, shine the light in the box, and then you get some projection. So some sort of like camera technology, and you get mercury in thermometers as well, don't you? Oh, what they do into the doggage, is that a vacuum chamber? Oh, it is. Oh, they're extracting the air and they're like in a vacuum chamber. Oh no, is they killing a cat? Oh, could be Schrodinger's cat. Doesn't matter then. All right. Some vacuum chamberage going on there and other stuff. That's interesting. What else we got? Better get water distilling. Is this a battery? This is electrolysis. Okay. What else we got? Dead person in a bath. Strange science, that. Okay. There's a lot of pressure stuff. And fluid dynamics, which is always an interesting science, really. Science that shit, bro. Okay. Well, I'm not going to spend too much time on that because there's a lot. Oh, let's have a look at this. Yes, I am. Oh. So that spring. So them springs there that go into a pyramid and a coil with a fleur-de-lis on top are highly strung springs. They would vibrate. They would resonate. They would resonate so much they would create a charge. Ooh. Archimedes screw, helix, a few derricks. But that's quite advanced. And some pivots, etc. So, welcome. Did they come from the wells? Well, I think when they say welcome, I think it's more likely that they came from the water. Oh, well, the well. It's in the water, in this fluid place. And evil, or whatever they call the devil, is a consciousness, not an entity. You can manifest it because you can manifest thought forms, so it can be reality if you wanted it that way. But it's us that make it, and it can be cancelled because it's only a consciousness thought form, and it's bullshit. Okay, it just fucking attracted our weaknesses. It plays on our weaknesses and fucking tries to give us doubt, etc. So this looks like a nuclear bomb or something, yeah. And they got 4 horses to pull it apart. Could be two magnets. Hemispheria, Magdeburgia. Hemispheria. Well, that would be the hemisphere. Ooh, I don't know. That's really interesting. I've seen early magnet work with some Kirschner books. Miracles with magnets. Oh, yes, penumbra. So they're using intense mirrors of the sunlight to set ships alight with laser beams of heat, which they were doing in the past. I think Archimedes practiced that himself. Oh, and some geometry and some mathematics. Oh, very nice. Okay. So I'll share that with you. I'm sure some of you would enjoy that because, you know, that's the nature of a truther. We're all into science. Lee, Flat Earth British subscriber, sent me this. You'd have to ask yourself why he's thinking these ways, guys. But it is Lee, so I completely get it. Have you seen the vagina lotus, Martin? It's like, well, not lately, but I'll have a look now. Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. It's a bit like the Virgin Mary one, isn't it? So being as like a flower is actually a female sexual organ anyway. So we should be having loads of flowers all around and like smelling them flowers. Oh, look, that looks like a reproductive system. How closely we are connected. Lovely, lovely flowers. So thanks, Lee. I feel like I've learned something today now. Okay, I've been much, much the wiser. And my Brian feels really refreshed. Angry vaginas. You got to watch them. Growlers. Sorry. Now, earlier on, I think I'll come back for a minute because I'm like literally done the first year. We are 2 hours in. I got to say 30 more minutes of this vlog left because it's a it's a midweek special. And the midweek special's right on time. 937 of you I have retained. Flat thumbs. To you all, much love. Positive energy. Are you enjoying the show so far? Talk for Wales, me, couldn't I? I could talk for Wales as an Olympic sport. For too many. Who say? Pull back. For too many. Sorry. I have my moments. Anyway, so let's give a few of you some shoutages and see who's here. I'm live on the Celtic Tatarian channel. Hiya, guys. 90 of you watching on there. And we have 819 of you watching on the Matt Liga channel. So thank you all. And I'm also live on Facebook as well, which is fabulous for a Tuesday. Thank you all for popping by. Hope you're all feeling positive and energized. So shall I be? Joe Mama's in the house. What's happening, Joe Mama, my brother? Much love across the pond. Hope everything's fantastic. I've seen all you American people have basked in the glory of meeting one another at Flattoberfest, which is all very nice. We had Flat Earth British meet, and I was glorious too. So not feeling so bad now, but I looked happy, and it was lovely to see all my brothers and sisters. Builder Trash, good to see you, my friend. Shane's here. On a health kick, so fat thumbs. Just make yourself better and better every day, better than tomorrow and better tomorrow. I'm a work ongoing, guys. I'm fucking hopeless a lot of the time, but you know, considering the nature of the work that I do, just make the most of it. Asia, lovely. Good to see you, my friend. Devora, Matt Leaker, excellent show. An opening truth, age galore. A lot of truths in this. I've had a little think about what I said about, you know, time doesn't exist. So the deeper implications of that are absolutely mind-blowing, I think, are real. I am Karios. Cheryl Bailey. Much love to you, Cheryl. 17 Joy, good to see you. Leslie Hudson. So yeah, it's my son's birthday today. Lawrence Leaker, 32 years of age. A kid, 32. Yeah, we're all get. And I'm sad to believe in it. Benny, J3, April. Yeah, 32 years ago, I became a father. I was only young, 21. Yes, all that time ago. Ooh, Roger, thank you. At Matters. Andrew Jones. Ugh. But it was only a now, and it's not even there. It's all weird as fuck. Dragon Sage. Capalucius. Regina. Good to see you, Regina. Is it hot in wherever you are in Las Vegas land? Isaiah. Love better, be good, weed. Okay. That's all she means. Leslie Hudson, Michelle is back in Flight of British Land. I'm lucky to catch this. Oh, where you been? Good to see you. Roaster, Timothy. Brown Clown, nice. Bizarro World News. That was a great show. Jay, well, we're going. Friday is 5 days away, so we've got plenty of time for that. Winter Smith, good to see you, my friend. Call for zeros in the house too. Oh, yeah. Julie. Gotta know. California Condor, good to see you. Lancelot's in the house. Terry. Oh, got a drink. I'm so thirsty. Nosy Parker. Kids in the house. Squirrel Sniper Ridge. And Brian Evans. And Elijah again. Now, I'm going to show you some more info. And then I'll be kicking out for today. It's been a fabulous time. I've really enjoyed tonight. I'm glad I decided to go live, but I did have a lot of stuff. And to be honest, Saturday, I never showed all what I was going to show. So light, love and truth. And that was 3.5 hours and I still never covered it all. Bandana Sweetness. Good to see you, my lovely. Jenny Kins, Jason. Stedman, my mate. And I seen you, Zach. Sat when Richard was filming Cammy talking electromagnetic stuff or showing them slides that she uses. I wasn't there. Yeah. Me and you could have been outside having a whiff. It would have been wicked. I was thinking, if I was there now, me and Zach would be outside on a whiff. Sydney. Max Pyman. Brian. Leslie. Sherry, Joy, maybe one day when they all fuck off and basically the Jap fucking die. Then they'll stop with all of that. You can't travel without weird shit. And then basically the only people left will be able to fly where the fuck they want. And there won't be that many planes because they won't be needed because there won't be that many people. Shane, good to see you. After Zombie Armageddon and all the events. Major volcanoes. Weird weather patterns. You want to see some of the hail that's coming down the size of stones. It's just the weirdest weather everywhere. Britain is exactly the same. People in t-shirts of the day, guys. It's nearly November. Yeah. In my life, in the past, I remember October as being like unbearably cold, always stormy and weirdly cold. Not anymore. Josh, I see clearly. Good to see you. So the weather's doing one. It's all doing one. It feels weird. It is weird because something is happening and it ain't fucking Rona. Tell you now. That's a distraction to keep your eyes off the sky, off what's really going on. I think they're out of here. I think they're going out either north, but I think probably to a place outside of here, this dome. It's not very big. It's not very big, this place, guys. Okay? This place is big outside. It's just a room. Not very big one either. Cynthia Woods, and you can't go where you want in it either. No, Truman. It's already been discovered. All of it. We've been everywhere. Alva Billy. Jermaine, good to see you. Terry Peru's in the house. And Rooster and Darrow and Cynthia and Zakage. Takes a lot of power to make a magnet so strong horses couldn't pull them apart. Well, I'll propose some of my Kirshner books, Miracles of Magnetism, and they're from the 1600s, to show you how much they knew about magnetics. They knew all of it. They show you depictions of, the real way magnetism works, with it's perpendicular, isn't it? The declination is from what you visually see, which you can see using iron filings and stuff. But yeah, it shows you the real score with the magnets. It's just absolutely fabulous book. So I'll show that in the near future. Jay and man, good to see you. It's a vacuum, not magnets. Okay, it could be vacuum experiments. It could be suck the air out and then, well, that would be really strong for them to pull apart. So it could be magnets. Yeah, it all seems to be fluid dynamics. John Trotter, John Fletcher. Good to see you. Right, let's give you some more info and I'm going to be chucking out because I can feel my voice is going. Okay. Matthew? Circle. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Matthew. Okay, let's move on. I'm going to share screen a second. Just find what I was going to show. Oh, that's pretty juicy. It's all pretty juicy. Okay. Excuse me. Let me share screen. Now, earlier on in the vlog, I mentioned a book by Charles Fort called, oh, I'll show you that in a minute, called The Book of the Damned. Now, if you haven't seen it, it's a mind blow. It's fucking brilliant, this book. It's a mind blow. But he talks about like atmospheric changes, things that have happened in the past in the sky, and a lot of weirdness. But he does mention about volcanoes and comets and recycling of this place. But some of the stuff that he covers, this is later on in the book, about 8 lights that were seen in Wales over an area of about 8 miles, all keeping their own ground, whether moving together perpendicularly, horizontally, or over a zigzag course. Now, what does that sound like, guys? They looked like electric lights, disappearing, reappearing dimly, then shining as bright as ever. And we've seen these 3 or 4 times afterwards, 4 5 occasions. And that was in the London Times, October the 5th, 1877. From time to time over the west coast of Wales seemed to have a scene of mysterious lights. It goes on here as well. Lights appeared in the sky above Venice, Vence in France in March. So they really just sound like what they call UFO activity. In Inverness, Scotland, 2 bright lights. St. Petersburg here, 1880. Here as well, luminous objects the size of the full moon floated slowly northward, followed by smaller ones. So it's literally like, UFO encounters. The false lights of Durham. Okay, so it goes into like many, many subjects as well. It's like 280 pages of fucking freakiness. He talks about the reset cycle, and he talks about comets. He talks about volcanicity. Okay, he talks about earthquakes. It is a fantastic book. I'll get to the beginning in a minute and just show you. So yeah, I've covered it many, many times, but if you get further on in it, it just gets, the more you read, the more it blows your mind. It's the Book of the Damned. And his name as well's interesting, isn't it? For Charles Fort. Okay, it's 1910 book, and he's just nailed it. I think he's a flat earther as well. Okay, so he talks from a flat earther, I guess, perspective. But he does talk about the reset cycle. I'm going to link that up to you. I'm not going to read it all, but you get the idea of what's in it. It's just a mind blow phenomena in the sky and accounts. It's just, and he swears in, that everything that he says in this book is the truth. And it's just mind blowing. So if you haven't read it, it used to be linked up to my website that's disappeared. And now, oh shit, what the fuck is that? Get off. So I'll share it again because it is a fantastic book. One of the best. You into Star Thoughts? If you are, this might be really juicy for you. Okay, I dug this up. It's a book of Star Thought plans, etc. But they show you how deep these things really go and what's going on underneath them. And they're just massive. Let me show you. Okay. This is one's Bourbon. And they have the entire islands, and look, this is covered on both sides by water as well. Yeah, it really seems to be the case on many, many star thoughts. They're put on rivers and river tributaries and forks in rivers. I've even seen them on oxbow lakes, which I found weird because the water goes nowhere on them. Both sides of the river. So definitely water connected technology. But when you see how deep these things go, it's just mind blowing. They call them citadels, after reset when they're coming to check this out. So it's inside the whole of that hill. And you're not even joking. You want to see how deep this shit goes. See all of this triangle. Yeah. That's all under this mountain. Yeah. Yeah. This has been mud flooded in the past. This thing was massive. Not pretty. EP German Starfort. And that one there, that's the back view of it. And look at that one. Woof. Wow. Very, 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 very nice. Just mind-blowing geometry in that. Nothing to do with battles of the day at all. Yeah, they go really deep, as I show you here. This is inside. You can see this is the ground level, so they got big vaults. They got a story here, some sort of machinery, maybe pumpage, and big, massive, what look like cofferdams that would stop water. Like ships have different compartments. And the viewing portal. Somebody told me the name of them, I forgot it now. And well, there's some sort of church in there as well. So they go really deep. They've always sort of associated with hydraulics as well, and workings of water. Check that out. So that's the entrance, the elevation to the entrance to said star fortage. Is that his organ? No, it's not. The fence. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, so good. They go mad deep. And there's much more going on underground than you might imagine. You know, this is sort of ground level here. These are the rooms you would be in. And all of this is now full of mud on that one. Check these out. Crazy. But you see all this Phoenician architecture and arches. So, like will be found in a document anyway. I think you could attribute these to the Phoenicians originally anyway. No doubt about it in my head. They say that the Romans are the Phoenicians in the classical world built these. They got smashed and then they got repurposed as military complexes. Look at this one. Whoa, 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 whoa. Check this out. So that's inside the hill here, just like in Svalbard. This building's outside, but all of this is inside. And that's inside the mountain as well. So they definitely dig in everywhere, don't they? They dug in everywhere. They've been tunneling all along. They knew what was coming. They told us in contemporary music. We're on the road to nowhere. And they knew it. They drove us down a block end, and they've gaslit us all because it's all a joke to them. They don't give a fuck about any of us. So if you didn't know and you're new to my channel, because a lot of you are, I get a few of you joining every month. I'm an author. I wrote 2 books. Okay, a couple of years ago, I wrote The Holy Grail of a Flat Earth. Okay, which is a deciphering of antiquity. And what we pulled apart in here is the fasces, technology, reset electromagnetic or EMF weapon, which you can see inside the Faceless Knights here, and everything from free energy. It's basically a handbook to starting a new reality, a free energy, water technology, and just everything that we need is all in that book. And then I released this on the 31st of May this year, part 2 of, well, hopefully will be a trilogy when I get it on. The Holy Grail of the Great Reset, which is a joy. I absolutely love this book. I just, it's everything that, I wanted to say, basically, in layman's terms. Because the first one was a little bit advanced for most people, and not everyone can get it. So, yet. But people may catch up later. Who knows? Okay. So India made me this advert. She's in they decode. Actually, decode mentions it there. Okay, so I'll link that up. You can get it on Amazon, Kindle. If you've got a Kindle account or what have you, you can basically get it free. But you can read a bit of it anyway, and it's all the stuff that we talk about on your Mudflood and everything, guys. Is a mind blow. Okay, so make sure to go and check that out. That'll be echoey. Anyway, so it's Jadif. She was at our convention. And she goes on historical sites, future of the past. So fantastic, Gus. coming back. So make sure to get that. Happy? Right, 863 of you in total watching. I'm going to give you a few of you shouts. It's getting on for 2 hours 45 or 2 hours 15. So we're getting on to ending the show. Tuesday night. So yeah, we've had a few thoughts. So make sure you keep away from COVID. You don't want to get that. We've shared all these books. The Parasite in the Left Ventricle of the Human Heart is a mind blow. Charles Fort's Book of the Dead is beyond a mind flow. That's just a mental book, that is, guys. Books of inventions of the 1600s, apparently. And we've been thinking about the real nature of what we do, yeah, which I think is waking up all of history all at the same time. Because I think that the time is not real. It doesn't exist. It's just nows. Can't prove it exists because it doesn't, does it? You haven't got like tomorrow right now, have you? And you haven't got yesterday right now. What have you got? No. That's all there ever is. The Flot Pickens, guys. The Flot Pickens. So let me give a few of you lovely people shouts. So hope you're energized you for a Tuesday night. Make you feel magical and fuzzy in the belly. Did you share this video? Will you please? And did you go naked for Naked Tuesday? I don't go naked on Tuesdays. That'd be weird. That'd just be strange, wouldn't it? Especially on your own. No, Wednesday's me. Shane Richards, Vibber, good to see you. Thank you. Much love to you. Roger Higgins, good to see you, my friendage. Julie, how are you feeling? Lovely. Bet Julie, she was at the convention. She's lovely, Julie. So. And Matthew. And Aveldas, my brother. Jada is beautiful. She's a lovely human being too. Yeah, she's very, very, very proper, proper person. Clever. Captain Underpants. For her age, she's smashing him. When she's older, fucking well ahead of the rest of the game. Carla Redpool, she's happy. Capelocious. Kit Jermaine, good to see my brother. Happy Teresa, I love your dog. Okay, don't let Fauci get any. For years you got a fucking beagle. I'd be sandmiting that in no time. Twisted fuck. Somebody complained about me swearing in my comments. Yeah, said I get double the views if I didn't swear. Yeah, I'd have like twice as many like sections of society that I don't really want me and me. And the reason I swear is because if you can't dig where I'm coming from, then I don't want you here. I'm not meaning any harm with the way I talk. This is the way I talk. I'm from Wales. British people, I'm a sailor. I swear like a fucking sailor. And British people, especially from Cardiff, okay, they swear a lot. So I can't help it. Just being me, okay? I could watch my P's and Q's, and I do on certain videos, okay? I don't swear at all on interviews, if you noticed. Okay, just saying. Nosy Parker, Jollyman. So that's why I do it. Okay, just keep like certain sections of society away from me, because if they can't dig swearing, they're no good to us. Matters, Roger Higgins, Terry Pugh, because they're going to be just like fucking brainwashed. Alva Billy, Freeborn, they can't get over that. My kids can't watch it. I can't watch it with my kids. I'm like, love, your kids are swearing like fuck when they're away from you. Definitely. Andrew, Timmy. So you want to see what your kids are getting up to when they're behind your back. Dallas, Susie Q. No, not mine. No, really. That's what they all think. Chrissy, Roger, Jay, Julie, Matthew. Let me get it by you. Joy, another Joy. Oh, Festad, thank you for your comments, Festad. I seen you read your comments today. Yes, it is time we bug out, and it was really good stuff you said today. I really enjoyed your comments. Thank you, I always do. Dragon Sage, I always learn a lot from Festad Munster. Bestie. And Sid's in the house. Joshua Dreamage. Ooh. And India. Thank you for my adverts and everything else. And Dick Richards. And Art Matters. And J-Ann. Loving them, it. Amazing books. Thanks. So if you do buy a book, send a picture of you with your book. Yeah, so pose with it, or you can do a flat thumb picture, and I'll put you on Flat with British. 10,000 will see your mug, see your Gregory Peck, see you. Okay, so flat thumb it, book, or whatever. Really, got to do something really fantastic though, to be able to go on Flat with British. Holding a book better. S. Lee, or flat thumb it. Abnormal Truth. Okay, and then you get on Flat with British. What's matter, you? Got no respect. What do you think you do? Why do you look so sad? It's not so bad. It's a nicer place. I should be your face. BCE. Can't believe I remembered that. Roger Higgins and I'm repeating names now. Terabella. Good to see you. Michalich. I see Coop's in the house as well. So if you are here now, there's 800 of you here somewhere floating around in the internet. Would you please share this out? Like my video if you did. Say goodbye in the chat feed now, so I'll give you a shout before I go. Okay, spread the love. Say oi. Don't be shy. Come on. All of you lurkages. Lizzo. Ordinary Bear. Ooh. Craveman 6157. You wouldn't be without colourful objectives. Just do you. Dave, good to see you, my friend. Jack Master Ferguson, I see clearly. Valerie's here as well. Valley Packs, Fat Thumbs to you. Jilly Proof's in the house. Much love to you, Jilly, my friend. Graham Love, Lady Looks, Curious Squizzle, Tom Stanley, and Jane Elizabeth is in the house. Did I say Jack there? Jack of all trades, master of none. Eh? Just like me. Not really. That's actually, probably I'm a master of one or two. Dave. Kung Fu. Yeah. I'm not. I'm not a master of Kung Fu. Kimry, Sam Kelly, Cynthia. Did you? The other Joy Age. Squirrel Sniper. Who's the other squirrel? Stephen Dickinson. McCarthy. Sending good vibes back. Thanks for that, my brother. And Matthew and Floyd. JT. Love all you people. All the love and the vibration of this community is fantastic. You all get on so famously. It's really wicked. Born free. 1,000 quid now and goodbye. Bye. 1,000 quid now and goodbye. Bye. I don't know what that means. Born free as the wind blows. As free as the morning. Reiki Tiki, good to see you. Background listening here, doing the ironing, I guess. Don't fall asleep on me. Do you know what I did a convention? The guy was filming, he was asleep behind me, and I had 2 old ladies in front of me, fell asleep. I didn't get offended by it, like she's really bored and they're falling asleep. They were fucking like getting on a bit, and not that fit. And it was late. But people said like my voice made them fall asleep. They all got all monotone, like. Oh, it's so relaxing. I think I'll have a kip. It's not what you want when you're presenting. Dolly Brooks, Deco. I was thinking of my crap. The other people were listening and enjoying it. It's just the oldies fell asleep. Moonbeam Mage. Christmas. Cheryl Kid. Tweezer. Maggie Brown. Sketch. Sketch. Say here, please, Martin. Here. Or Harry. Roger Biggs. If you do meditate, I don't do a lot of it. I've got my own specific variety of meditation. Guess loosely based on Zen Buddhism, but I do practice it. And if you do it now, only for another month or so, it'll be 100 times more effective. So do make this opportunity to tune in to the universal mind. If that's what I want to call it. Devil's Advocate, great show. Thank you, my brother. Cheryl, Leslie, Hudson, Moonpeach, and Skull Asylum. Gold Cup for Martini. Yay. Anytime, any place, anywhere. Rosemary Marley. It's the wonderful thing you can share. I gotta stop it and go. Sativa heavy. Oh, nice. Nice, he says. Jay. So yeah, I never went mushroom picking after because I've been too busy with like with British affairs and stuff. But if anybody did, tell me. Tell me. I'm getting dangerously low. Alva Billy. I have to do my priorities right in this life, you know, guys. Floyd Big. I gotta go. Captain Underpants, much love to you. Flat thumbs all. Have an epic rest of the week. I'll see you on a weekend flat a day. This has been Flat Earth British. Come back for definitely biblical events and could be signs of the apocalypse. Etna is blown as well as La Palma, and that's the island that could have caused a very problematic tsunami, which we've all known about for quite some time. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Okay. Do stock up on grubbage. Not shit. Okay. Good food. Easy to do. Dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. Okay. To get good food. Thank you, David Jones. Look after your family. Think ahead. Okay. That's what I've been saying all along anyway. Nighty night. Nostad the key from Flat Earth British Martin. And I'll see you on a weekend. Have a great week. Yay. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Peace and love.